Many of the legal problems confronting African cities today are the legacy of old, inappropriate laws which have not been changed for decades. This has encouraged a widespread lack of compliance and weak respect for the law. To prevent the same thing happening with new laws, we need systems to track whether they're achieving their intended outcomes and to flag things that need to change. A good monitoring system must identify indicators to measure the new law's impact, establish who's responsible for monitoring and evaluation, and include efficient, workable templates for reporting, especially by local government. The drafting team should consider including a clause that obliges a minister to review the impact of a law every 5 to 10 years, say. Let's look at indicators first. The drafting team should specify indicators for measuring the performance of a new law, as well as acceptable performance parameters. Choosing good indicators isn't easy. If there's not a good match between what you want to change and what you're actually measuring, people will simply change their behavior to comply with the performance indicators rather than the intention of the law. For example, if you just measure how quickly officials process permit applications, you could encourage them to cut corners. As always, monitoring systems need to be practical and realistic given available capacity. For example, if the indicator you want can only be measured by conducting a household survey every 6 months, choose a different indicator. The same goals might be equally easily achieved, for example, by evaluating the municipality's capital budgets and assessing how revenue and expenditure have changed after implementation. Once indicators are established, it's important to clarify who will be responsible for monitoring. People often wrongly assume that this should be done by Parliament, so it's important to specify the particular ministry, department, or level of government that should be responsible. The media can play a role in informing monitoring, but journalists will need some guidance, since urban law is often complex and difficult to navigate. Again, having done things right in the earlier stages helps. Policy documents and explanatory memoranda should have been clear, concise, and readily available. Finally, monitoring is much easier if the officials who need to collect indicator data have access to simple, easy reporting templates as well as appropriate training. This brings us to the end of this series of videos. We hope that you've learned something from them, that you're feeling encouraged to pursue urban legal reforms in your own country. Don't be tricked into thinking it's an easy task. It's a hard one. It's challenging, and we really hope that the work done in this guide will help you to achieve your goals and objectives in this process as efficiently and easily as you can.